حي على الفلاح.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله والرسول فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن الخير حديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وقال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he was passing with his companions and he passed through a market and he saw a dead animal, a dead carcass of a young goat. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went there, he took hold of the ear of that dead goat and he asked his companions, would any one of you like to buy this for 1 dirham? The companions, they said no. The companions, they replied no. If it was alive, it would have been of some benefit. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that this world, this dunya, this world in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more insignificant as compared to this dead carcass, as compared to this dead animal. My dear elders and my dear brothers, we all come in this world. We all grow up. We are born in this world. We study, we get married, we work. If I were to ask you, why did you stay awake in the night for your exam? You would say, to pass with distinction, to pass with good marks. If I were to ask you, why are you preparing for an interview with Microsoft or Intel? You would say, to get a good career, to get a bright future, to have a good opportunity. But if I were to ask you a better question than this, a bigger question than this, a question of concern more than the worldly matters, most of us, we do not know. Most of us are unaware of the reality. If I were to ask you, why are you here? Why are you in this dunya? What are you doing on this planet Earth? We are answerless. Many of them, they do not know the answer. Many of them, they know the answer, but they are not working towards it. Why are we here? What are we doing here? And where are we heading? These are some serious questions which needs answers. We can't just live this life in a heedless state, in a careless state. Let me give you one example. For example, listening to this khutbah, all of a sudden, you disappear. You disappear and end up in a nice, luxurious aircraft. You disappear and you land up in a nice, luxurious aircraft. Now on this aircraft, you have everything. The best of foods, the best of entertainment, the best of comforts, the best of luxuries. You have it all with you and you are enjoying it. Until when will you enjoy that? There will come a time when you will question yourself, how did I come on this aircraft? You will question yourself, what am I doing here? You will question yourself, where am I heading? Where is this aircraft heading? Anyone who has simple logic, anyone who has a sane mind, he will ask these questions. And these questions of life, of our goal in life, these are very important. What is our goal in life? Why are we here? What are we doing here? These are some serious questions which needs answers. Now many of us, we have made the whole and sole goal of our life just to make money. Just making money, minting money. The whole and soul, day and night, goes into making money. The person is only concerned how to make money, whether from halal or haram, whether in day or night, neglecting his responsibilities, his duties. He just wants to make money. This is his only purpose. Many of us, we have a purpose in life just to get a prestigious degree. Many of us, we have a purpose in life just to get a job. Many of us, we have a purpose just to become famous, to become a celebrity. And you will see many people, they want to be like the celebrities, the football players, the cricketers, and the actors and actresses. They just want to be like them. This is the only purpose in their life. And thousands of people, even from villages, they come to become like these celebrities. Because what they see on screen, they are so influenced with it, they just want to be like them. This is the goal which people are setting in their lives. Now, if we take a break and we analyze, what happens if a person sets these goals and is unable to achieve them? Minting money, becoming famous, getting a degree, getting education, if this was the only purpose in life and they fail to achieve it, suicide. This is what happens. They commit suicides, anxiety, sorrow, grief, lack of inner peace, lack of contentment. And you will go and see, just Google it and see the cases of depression, whether in United States of America, whether in India, whether in United Kingdom, any place, you see the cases of depression. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, on which the title of the khutbah is kept, are we created in play? Allah mentions this in Surah Mu'minun, chapter 23, verse number 115. That do you think, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ, do you think that we created you abasa, just in play, just in vain? We created you just in play, and you don't have a purpose in life, and you thought that you would not return back to us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is questioning us this in the Quran, in Surah Mu'minun, chapter 23, verse number 115. Nowadays, as we all must be aware of this, the World Cup is going on. The Cricket World Cup, the T20 Cricket World Cup is going on. And I'm not here on the minbar to give a fatwa that it is haram or halal to watch. But I will give you some statistics which will make you think that these games, these sports, have gone more than just being a sport. When people become obsessed, when people become so obsessed with these games and these sports, they don't even take their life as something which is precious, a gift of God. They take their life as something, which is just, like a play, like a game. And that's what Allah is mentioning. Abasa, did we create you in play? In 2012, 2 Sri Lankan boys, they committed suicide. Why? Just because Sri Lanka lost to West Indies in the final. They committed suicide. A young girl, age 15, she committed suicide just because Brazil lost to Germany in a semi-final match. In a football match, Brazil lost to Germany, she committed suicide. And that too, they lost from 7-1. So she couldn't take the humiliation. And how can Brazil lose from 7-1? She committed suicide. Coming to India, as they say in India, cricket is a religion. In India, in 2007 World Cup, when India lost to Sri Lanka, a 28-year-old man, he hanged himself just because India lost the match. And a person in Hyderabad, he got a heart attack watching this match. Because India lost, he got a heart attack. This is our life. Is life just a game? Is life just to waste it in sports? Is our life so cheap? Did Allah create us for just this sport and to waste it? To play, to have some news is no problem. As far as you are not obsessed, as far as you don't go so crazy that you end up your life. And you will see people, they become crazy, they paint their faces, they are shouting and screaming and whatnot. You will see people behaving like animals when it comes to these sports, when they get so obsessed. Do you think Allah created the heavens and the earth and all that which is between them just in play? This is not what Allah created this heavens and the earth and as human beings for. You look around yourself, everything has a purpose in life. Everything has a purpose to fulfill. Whether it is a small pen, whether it is glasses, whether it is even a dustbin, a garbage box, it has a purpose to fulfill. How can we believe that we human beings are just here to eat, drink, enjoy and play and end up our life just to become dust and bones? This is illogical and this is irrational. Our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives us the answer of this question. Why are we here and where are we heading? Allah mentioned this in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Surah Dhariyat chapter 51 verse number 56, that I have created not the jinn and men except to worship me. Very clear. Allah is mentioning, I have created the jinn and men just to worship me, just for my ibadah. Allah is the Creator. He creates whatever He wills. He created us human beings and jinn just to worship Him. This is the whole and sole purpose of our life. All these things, money, fame, family, sports, all these things are a sideline in your life. If you have it in limits, no problem. But the whole and sole focus, the whole and sole goal of our life is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now as soon as we hear this word worship, many people think that when it is worship, you need to go to the jungles and keep chanting the name of Allah. You need to become, you can't have fun in your life, you can't be in this world, you need to seclude yourself. This is not the idea of worship, which many non-Muslim communities portray, or many so-called Muslim saints, they portray. That you have to be dirty, you need to abandon this world. No, this is not the case. This word ibadah, which Allah mentioned in this verse, is a comprehensive term. And Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimullah, he said that this word ibadah, this is a comprehensive term, which means all that which is said, the kalima, the shahada, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all that which is done, your salah, zakah, charity, hajj, da'wah, and all that which is intended. Hope in Allah, trust in Allah, fear of Allah. All these things are ibadah. So when you get this focus right, when you have this goal right, and my whole and soul life is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever you do, you become the best businessman. You become the richest man, no problem. But your focus should be your akhirah. Your focus should be, my life is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah gives me all these things, alhamdulillah. But don't go for it displeasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In short, our ibadah is all that which Allah is pleased with, and all that which Allah is angry and Allah has forbidden. All the forbidden things which are there in Islam, when we abstain from them and when we do all good things, this is ibadah. To give you an example, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, to give a morsel to your wife, this is also charity, this is also ibadah. To remove something from the road which is harmful, this is also a form of ibadah. Yes, the highest form of ibadah is salah, then comes zakah, then hajj, saum. All these are highest forms of ibadah. But our whole life, we should have this focus, we should have this in our mind, this mindset, that our life is to worship Allah. Whatever we do, wherever we walk, whenever we do anything, whenever we want to take a decision, it should be focused that our life is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is for Allah's worship. And let me give you one small example. Ubay bin Ka'b radiallahu anhu and Umar bin al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, they had a discussion. They said, what is taqwa? Umar asked Ubay bin Ka'b radiallahu anhum, what is taqwa? Ubay replied, O Umar, how will you walk in a thorny bush path? How will you walk in a thorny path? Umar replied, I will roll up my sleeves and I will hold my clothes and I will walk very cautiously. Ubay replied, radiallahu anhu, this is taqwa. This is the taqwa of Allah. So that you don't get hurt, so that you save your clothes. And this is how we are supposed to live in this world. Whatever we do, we are not asking anyone to go in the caves. But when you are in this dunya, whatever, your transactions, your studies, your marriage, your life, your family, everything should be very cautiously done. Everything should be with the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that you do not cross the hudud of Allah, so that you do not cross the limits. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions in the Quran, the verse which we keep listening, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. These two verses of 99, verse number 7 and 8, we keep listening to this. But what does it mean? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned this in the Quran, that on the day of resurrection, even a dharra, some deed which you have done equivalent to a dharra, even this deed, you will see it. You will see it on the day of resurrection. And Allah mentions, even a small deed equivalent which you have done wrong, you will see it on the day of resurrection. So when we get this idea of accountability, when we get this idea that we are accountable in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will take account of us, we become more cautious. We focus our life. Or else, on the day of resurrection, we shall be amongst the losers. We shall be amongst those who have lost. And Allah mentioned this in the Quran, that those who took their life in play, in amusement, they will regret. They will regret on the day of resurrection. As to those who take their life, just in play, just in amusement, and Allah will forget them as they forgot the meeting with Allah. Allah will forget the meeting with them as they forgot the meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my dear brothers and elders, if Allah forgets you on the day of resurrection, this means you are doomed. You are destroyed. You are doomed. So get this right, that our life which we are living, this is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our purpose in life is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah mentioned, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Apart from that, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he also gave us some guidelines regarding how to live in this world. He mentioned in a hadith, which is an authentic hadith, the Prophet said, live in this world like a traveler. Live in this world like a traveler. How a traveler, he just passes by. You have a traveler, when you are traveling, you take the example, when you are traveling and you don't, get so influenced with your travel trip. Like if someone was to ask you, you give away your property, you give away your wealth, you give away everything just for a luxurious travel trip to Hawaii or to Switzerland. Will you do this? Will any person who is sane, who has little bit of intellect, will he go for this deal? We say no. So we are in this world and this is a journey. Whenever you go and stay for maybe work or education, you are staying in a hotel. You become so impressed with the hotel and you say, okay, I will leave my home, I will not go back to my house and I will just stay here all my life. This we say is not something which is logical, and this we say this is not something which is practical. Because the Prophet said, live in this world like you are a traveler. So this dunya, this world is a journey for us. And our destination, our ultimate house, our ultimate goal is akhirah. It is Jannah. And this is what we all need to strive for, and we all need to keep in our mind, that this world which you are living, this is to worship Allah. Our life is a journey, and our ultimate goal is Jannah. That is Jannat al-Firdaus. We all need to strive for that. Wa sallallahu ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Inna alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us in the Quran, O you who believe, Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu, let everyone see what has he done for tomorrow. What has he put forth for tomorrow? What have you done? Take an introspection of your life. What have you done for tomorrow? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned in the Quran. What have you done for tomorrow? Look into your life. As I said, the highest form of ibadah is salah. How is your salah? Are you fulfilling the rights of Allah or are you not? Are you careless or are you paying attention to it? Look at your life and do an introspection. What have you sent forth for tomorrow? If, for example, today you die, what will your condition be? How will you answer the questions of Munkar wa Nakir? What are you doing in your life that on the day of resurrection you will be happy, in a happy state? Allah is mentioning this. Let everyone see what have they done for tomorrow. We all need to do an introspection of our own self. Our salah, our transactions, our dealing with our parents. How are we dealing with our parents? Many people, they treat their parents as if they are their children. This is a form of ibadah, and this is one of the major sins. The Prophet ﷺ, he described committing shirk and then disobedience to your parents. These are amongst the major sins. How is your dealing with your parents? How is your dealing with your wife? How do you treat your wife? How do you treat your colleagues? What are your bad habits? Smoking, alcohol, watching filthy stuff. All these things you need to do an introspection. What if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes your soul while you are committing this sin? What if such a thing happens? We all are living carelessly that, now we have this time, we may do whatever we like. This is not how it will be. When the day of resurrection comes, then we will see each and everything in front of us. The scrolls will be in front of us. Whatever you did, everything will be shown to you which was recorded by these two angels. So you see, what are you setting forth for tomorrow? What are our deeds? What are our actions which we are supposed to fix? And let everyone do it for themselves. You see someone doing something wrong, correct them politely. But the first is, you need to be concerned about yourself. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, leave that which does not concern you, so that you are more concerned about your responsibilities, about your akhirah, about your deen. You need to be more focused about what you are doing rather than what others are doing. And therefore, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned in a hadith that two things, people, they take it for granted and they don't make use of it. Two things. Number one is good health. Good health, they take it for granted. They have good health, they will keep wasting it. Rather than doing good things, they keep wasting it. And number two is free time. These two things, people, they just waste it. People are careless and heedless about these two things. You see, youngsters especially, they have a lot of time in their hand. They have a lot of time. Those who are not very much busy, they can do a lot of things, but people keep wasting it. Even some of our elders, they have a lot of time in their hand. But what do you see them doing? Just wasting it in gossiping or talking about others, talking about world politics, talking about this is happening there, that is happening there, wasting their life. Whereas Allah is telling us, let everyone see what have they sent forth for tomorrow. So my dear brothers and elders, get our life on track. This is for every one of us. Nothing will benefit us if someone else does. You doing good deeds is for your benefit. You doing bad deeds is for your loss. So let everyone see what they will be accountable of. And let everyone fix their life and get this purpose of life very straight. Allah is mentioning, we are here for a purpose and we are here to worship Him. This is our goal in life. And we need to get this right as soon as possible, or else we will be amongst the losers. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the correct understanding of the deen, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us implement the deen in our lives, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us worship Him as He ought to be worshipped. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقيموا الصلاة.
لا إله إلا الله